Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to what is possibly the biggest update for Age of Empires 3 ever. Ever. And I mean ever, because Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition has just gone free to play. Which is kind of crazy, because that means now anyone that has Steam can download this game and give it a go for free. But there's a bit of a caveat to that. So you can download the game on Steam, but you still have to purchase the full game DLC to have access to everything. So I've loaded this game up on an alt account here that doesn't have the full game purchased. And we can see here, we've got the Civilization roster. So basically, the difference is here is that you only have a certain amount of civs that you can play in a certain duration. So we can see here, for the next 15 days, we've got the Russians, the Haudenosaunee, and the French that we can play. So let's click play, and we can see we can choose between single player, multiplayer, and then just cancel. So let's jump into single player, and we can see here, all of the other civs are locked. We've got the French, we've got the Haudenosaunee, and the Russians. So every 15 days, this will rotate around your different civs, and they've said that every single civ will be in this roster. So, you know, you can have the Ethiopians, you can have the Italians, which are DLC. That will be part of this roster, which I think is absolutely awesome. I think that's really, really cool. And we have a look at the maps as well. Not every map is unlocked, but I would say it's still a pretty decent number of maps here. You know, 3, 6, 8. 8 maps. I would say that's still pretty decent, right? You got a good variety here if you're giving the game a go for the first time, right? You're not going to need a huge amount. I kind of like it, to be honest, right? You're simplifying what players actually want to play, because some of the maps, obviously all the maps are nice to have, but having a nice simplified version of it here for new players, I think it's really, really nice. And then all the other settings here are normal. You can record the game, you've got player handicap, free-for-all, diplomacy's in there as well if you want to play that, as well as Allied Conquest. I'm pretty sure that's new. I haven't seen that one before, but anyway, you have all of these settings here. You have all of the game modes. You got Deathmatch, Tycoon, Empire Wars. You got Treaty, King of the Hill, and all that. So I think this is absolutely huge. But let's take a look at some of the other things. So we don't have ranked multiplayer, and I'll be honest, I think having ranked multiplayer as part of this as well could be huge. Just to give players a little teaser at what ranked is like. You know, it not only increases the player numbers for ranked, which I think is really, really good for the game itself, but it gives new players a little teaser as well. So I think, I mean, even if it's limited to, like, I don't know, three games a day or something like that, I think the devs could implement here to the point where they're not going to be discouraging sales, but it still gives players a little bit of a teaser here. But we also have normal ranked multiplayer, so players can still sort of play you know, a competitive game here. They just have to host the game themselves, or they can find it in the browse games here. So what else have we got? We've also got historical battles. We've got the first one unlocked, which I think is really nice. The other ones are locked, but I think it's really, really cool how they've unlocked like the first step of this, and it's the same with the story mode as well. Blood, Ice, and Steel, the Act 1 there is unlocked, which is really nice. You can play on all difficulties. And then we've also got Art of the War, or the Art of War, which is all unlocked, which I think is so nice to have, because this is what you need to do to get into ranked if you've never played any sort of competitive RTS before. Just need to go through all of these little videos, and then you can play this, and they're all unlocked, which I think is super nice to, you know, help out people to get into that ranked experience, which I personally think is what AoE really has going for it. Obviously, casual as well. It's absolutely huge. I mean, this right here is absolutely huge. Because have a look at this. Let me bring up the Steam database. Look at that. We've got 13,000 players right now playing. And this is it's still going up, right? It's a Thursday right now for the time of recording. It's going to be huge this Saturday and Sunday. And we actually, if we scroll down a little bit more here, we'll see the peak player base was 20,000 at launch. It's never gone above 10,000 on average. So I'm not exactly sure how Steam works, but you know, this right here, I think is going to break a new record for at least, you know, since launch. So you know, this is absolutely huge for Age of Empires 3. I'll be making much more content on this game. So, you know, stick around, subscribe. If you've never played the game before, now is the perfect time to do it. And then maybe watch a build order guide or two, and then, you know, hop into a multiplayer game. But that's about it from me today. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.